All right, good morning. Welcome back for another recap video. Today we had not a lot of action again. Past couple days have been a little slow, but we did have FWBI was the one that I was taking a look at today. So pre-market we had a lot of choppy action, but it held the front side. We actually had a decent front side channel. And at the open, we did break out of this front side channel for a dip and a rip. So we had a nice gap and go setup. So this is considered a nice gap and go setup with the red to green move. Dip below, red on the day, out of the open price, relatively. So red on the day, and then we're flipping now green on the day to squeeze out any shorts into the high of day, or the pre-market high. Yeah, we had a pretty decent move. However, it was still very choppy. It was very choppy as the move was unfolding. It's very hard to maintain your poise when it's not exactly the cleanest move. And we had a really, really nasty backside after we put in the high. This thing sold off like crazy. I remember I was trying to buy the dips here. Hopefully, thinking like, wow, okay, we might actually hold the pre-market high of $1 or 96 cents. And so I was like getting in on this area. I was looking for another pop, maybe a consolidation, and then another rip up. But we never got that. I thought, this could be the potential of another hold and continuation higher, but unfortunately, we just faded with barely any bounce, faded, and then just completely cracked. We cracked lower, and it was history from there on FWBI. I was able to capture some profits here at that open move, up small green 67. I'll take definitely the green for today because there wasn't a lot going on. I was at a high of about 100, but gave some back on that FWBI dump after I put in the high on the backside. We also had UPTD. I know people were trading this today. I wasn't trading this, but we did have a little bit of a tradable action here. Not the most consistent high volume that we like to see or that I like to see, but definitely tradable for those of you that were trading midday. UPTD was not too bad. What else did we have? BRSH. This was more of a very low volume trading here. BRSH, very, very choppy and difficult to trade, it looks like. So that was really it. Let's take a look here at the trades real quick that I did take on my recording. So right at the open here, looking for a dip. So I know all the traders are looking at this stock here right at the open. Trying my 1 share test fill here. Fills are great. Let's jump in a quick 1,000 shares on that dip, 2,000 on that dip, risking VWAP. We're selling into the green, baby. We're selling into the green. There's a nice couple cents right there. There's a quick $50 or so, 50 or $60 within the first 1 minute candle of the open. I make most of my money, believe it or not, within the first 5 minutes of the open. So if I can just stick around, if I can just trade and stick around just for the first 15 or 30 minutes between 9:30 and 10 a.m., I will make the bulk of my profit I will ever make in the stock market. So, during periods of time of slow momentum, I can really narrow in my trading so streamlined to where I'm fine with just sitting down at 9:20, taking a look at the gap scanner, getting prepared, trading the first 15-30 minutes until 10 o'clock at latest, or even 9:45, and I'm walking away with the bulk of the profit that I would make on the day. So here we come and dipping again. I'm thinking that this has pretty solid support. We didn't really squeeze out any shorts from the pre-market high, so I'm thinking that there could still be some demand willing to push this price higher to squeeze out those shorts. So we didn't really see that blow off top to squeeze out any previous shorts, and then causing a panic flush after the short squeeze there. So I'm thinking there's still some shorts that could be stuck in here with some stop losses up in this area between 94 and 95. If I was short, that's where my stop loss would be. So we didn't really have that blow off top, so shorts could still have their stops hanging around here. And plus, this previous chart showed a lot of history of some support, especially in that area. So if we look at FWBI down in this area, we did have some support up in this, right in this area and right in this area. So we're dipping back down below. I could anticipate that some buyers would come in again. And this is one of these stocks that they've been holding these consolidations very well. So I can kind of be a little bit more trustworthy in the support, especially at the high volume at the open, and especially after already almost a 10-cent one candle dump. So there's got to be some sort of bounce coming. Even if it doesn't curl up to the high, at least I can catch a couple cents off this low. I think there's a high probability. So I'm jumping in here. I think I jump in. There we go, right down to VWAP. I should be loading the boat right here. I should be loading it up. I don't know why it's not. Oh, it's because this thing's in the way. I should be loading the boat here. I'm in 1,000 shares, 1,500 shares. I should be loading it up here, looking for the highs. You have this bottoming tail, so this shows that there's demand in this area. Shorts could have their stops here. So I want to be loading the boat. I do kind of, I take half off right there. I shouldn't have took half off there. I was a little nervous. I added back at 88. And now, it starts to hesitate here. This is what I don't like. I don't like this. This is what I don't like. And it caused me to hesitate there. I didn't think it would go back to the high. I thought we were going to sell off again. I didn't seem too convinced on this high a day break that's coming. I tried to add back, and then I sold again for a small loss, and it started to get sloppy a little bit. Yeah, and here we go, and we're trying to push it, and there we go. I try to buy into that candle and still can't bust through as fast as I'm looking. We're pulling back to 88 at times, so it's like a 3-cent spread there. That's crazy. 3-cent spread on a sub-dollar stock. That's major percent range right there. We do end up kind of starting to push, and still it's not that convincing. It's not that convincing. And like, this should be blown off through the top. If this was really strong, this should have blown off all the way up straight to $1 already. And I'm just not convinced. Like, at this point, I'm just not convinced. We do end up breaking out along with the whole drop. We do get that 1-minute pullback. I do take a quick 2-cent trade there on smaller size. We do break up to $1. We pull back, and this could be it. But it's the 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback setup. So if we could get some continuation here. We just did have a super high volume green candle here, so we could still have some demand left in the stock. So I'm thinking this could be a great trade here. What am I doing here? Okay, I think I just left that video. So I'm thinking that there still could be some demand in this area. So because we got that super high volume candle, we're still kind of close this candle, not too bad. And we're engulfing this topping tail wick. So this is always bullish, and I'm trying to add into that. But I took no size on that. This is embarrassing low size right there. But I did get a nice 3-cent trade there. So 3 cents, that's 3%. Should have taken some bigger size there, but my balls, I guess, were kind of small today. But it didn't really have much momentum, and that makes sense. Not to be taking big size for me right now, because I'm not too confident in these moves. These moves, are not very convincing, and I'm not even sure if I'm getting in on a good setup half the time. I'm just kind of taking a couple stabs and seeing what happens. And with that mindset, I don't want to be putting too much money where my mouth is. I only want to be putting my money where my mouth is when the stock and the setup is A plus, and I'm convinced and I'm confident that the stock is going to do what I want. Right now, I'm not too confident the stocks are going to do what I want. So, that makes sense to keep the size small for right now. If I can walk away green in the best move of the day, this is the best move of the day, then, I'm happy. And, take some green, walk away, come back. Hopefully it's hotter the next day. So that's kind of been what I've been doing. I've been green so far every day this month except one day. I had one small red day earlier this week. So sailing steady seas right now. Hopefully we can get some more momentum and I can get some nice big green days again. So hopefully we see some better action. If you guys wrapped up green today, good job. If you're red, don't beat yourself up. It was a tough market. Thank you guys for tuning in to this recap video. If you guys have not subscribed, consider subscribing, like the video, check out the links down in the description, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.